August 29 of 2020, an awaited duel had finally been released to the world. Dream and Technoblade were about to duel it out in front of millions of people.
No! What? No way! No way! No! No! My goodness! Yeah!
Dream got completely cyberbullied. Technoblade had won the duel. After the video was released, hundreds of analysis videos got released on YouTube. These videos talked about Technoblade's movements and strategies throughout the duel. Some explained Dream's as well. And most of them simply said, Technoblade never dies. Or can he? Technoblade, known as a PvP master in the Minecraft community. He has great game sense and a lot of strategies. Technoblade first made videos on the Blitz minigame made by the HYPIXEL network. He made montages in which he killed some of the top players on the whole server. Techno has a bond with PvP. He has always been great at it. He's not the best but can still outsmart you. After watching hours of Technoblade HYPIXEL content, I have split Technoblade's PvP strategies into 3 pieces: block hitting, strafing, and game sense. We can analyze these strategies and use them to our advantage. Block hitting. If you didn't already know, block hitting is one of the best PvP strategies to play with. Block hitting allows you to hit your enemy while receiving less damage. This is only possible in 1.8 PvP, but I'm still going to address it as Techno uses it way too often. Techno never uses block hitting unless he is in a tough situation or in a situation where someone has a better weapon than him. So if you were to fight Technoblade, you would know that if he is in a disadvantage, he will always use block hitting to take less damage. You could actually use this against him, as if you block hit as well, Techno wouldn't have an advantage over you. Let's take a look at this clip. As you can see, Techno realizes that his opponent has a sharpness sword. Therefore he sees this as an advantage. He starts to block hit and strafe to defeat the enemy. And since that guy wasn't block hitting, Techno had an advantage over him. Therefore we should know that you can't let Techno be at an advantage over you. Let's move on to the next piece. Strafing. Strafing is a universal PvP strategy that has existed ever since you could kill your friends in your peaceful SMP. Strafing consists in moving left to right or right to left at a constant rate. This allows you to dodge your enemy's attacks while confusing them. Therefore it is essential when it comes to PvP. And Techno always uses it. If you watch all of Technoblade's PvP related videos, you will find that almost every time he kills someone he uses this strategy. Though if you try and memorize his movements, you will end up finding that he does this in a predictable way. Techno usually maintains himself on one side while killing someone. Therefore if you were in a battle with him, you could easily predict his movements. You can take this to your advantage and try aiming to Techno's left or right when he starts trying to dodge your attacks. Though I recommend practicing aiming at a player before doing this. Next we have the most important of them all. Game sense. If you compare Technoblade to your classic HYPIXEL sweat, you will end up realizing that Technoblade is utter trash. But it's his game sense that actually makes him good at the game. Game sense is a part of all games. It's the act of thinking before you stab a player or something. Here's an example of terrible game sense. You see an Enderman, you want to kill the Enderman, you have no armor nor weapons, you don't care, you punch the Enderman and the Enderman kills you. You didn't think before you punched Enderman. If you had good game sense, you wouldn't punch the Enderman because you know you don't have armor. In the case of Minecraft, game sense applies to basically everything. Bed wars, sky wars, duels, kind of, skyblock, murder mystery, etc. Of course, we need to apply this to PvP. Technoblade's game sense is awfully analytic. He always looks at what is next and when he is at an advantage over someone else. Or when he should start stabbing people. When in PvP situation, Techno uses game sense to know what he should do. We covered this when we talked about how Techno starts block hitting when in a disadvantage. Techno quickly analyzes his enemy and knows when he is taking damage and when he should hit someone else. The best example to this is the Dream vs Technoblade duel analysis video. Techno tells us how he knew when to attack Dream and when to not attack Dream. He took arrow hits as important and he knew that he always had to have an advantage over Dream. Even sometimes using ancient Chinese strategies when trying to not take hits from Dream. He takes crits seriously. And he is simply looking for an advantage over his enemy. So, how do you beat Technoblade? Well, you have to analyze his movements and... Nah, just kidding, if you want to kill Technoblade, just train for another 100 years LMAO.